Last time I covered witches at Town Hall 9, I covered the healed witches on the flanks, but there are some bases that can defend those very well, unlike the strategy I'm about to show you. So this is a very simple attack. First, you're going to be making your funnel by dropping 2 golems on the outside of where you want to enter, immediately followed by 2 witches and 2 wizards to help clear outside buildings and keep all of your troops going into the center, especially your heroes and your bowlers. Next, once enough buildings are clear and you have a funnel, you're going to drop your 3rd golem, the rest of your witches, the heroes, and your bowlers on the entry point. It's important to do it in that order, okay? The golems are to keep your witches from taking fire. Your witches go next so that they can spawn skeletons, and while they're spawning skeletons, you drop your heroes and your bowlers. Once all of your troops have been deployed, you're now going to worry about your spells. You're going to use jumps and or quakes to access the base. You're going to use poison spell to slow down the CC troops, make it less likely they put a dent in your main driving force. And then of course you're going to rage and heal mostly your bowlers so that you clear out the core of the base to thin out the rest of the defenses for your witches to finish off. The army is very simple. This army will get you through any Town Hall 9, okay? Witches are that strong. But anyways, you're going to be bringing bowlers in the clan castle with as high level of freeze as possible, which can be used in a bunch of different ways. You're going to be using 3 golems, hence the stoned entry. Stoned means 3 golems, shattered means 2, cold-blooded means 1, and you're going to bring a maximum of 5 wizards. You may have to drop 1 or 2 for those wall breakers if you need them. You're going to be bringing 9 witches, and then the rage and heal spell are to rage and heal your bowlers. The poison obviously is for the CC like we talked about, and then of course we have our access spells, which are going to allow access to the base for our witches. So now we have Oz's attack, and if you look here you'll see he actually has the 3 jump spells, okay? And the reason for that is you have wizard towers on the edge of the base. He can easily tank those with golems on his way in. So that leaves only really 2 wizard towers to deal with, especially since the bomb towers and the mortars are on the outside as well. Now the mortars are on the outside just so the golem comes to it and the mortar can fire on things behind it, but it doesn't work out for the defense here because Oz puts his witches right away, which allows the skeletons to tank for the witches, which is what matters, right? The skeletons are sacrificial, they come right back up. But anyways, he uses his first jump to get into the base. He uses his second jump to get into the core. 1 golem ends up walking, which is just fine, as long as at least 1 golem goes inside of the base. That's what's important, right? There's that jump to get in the core. He has solid placement on his poison spell, slowing down the baby dragon. And at this point, once the golems get out in front, there's really nothing left to stop this attack, especially with that big flank doing really well on the right side. Okay? And it was literally, on this attack, it was just a nice line on either side, and he made sure to tank those wizard towers, which was essential. And I don't know if any of his witches actually died. He has 3 on each side. He has at least 1 in the middle. So at least 7 of his 9 witches survived, which is just a brutal overkill. Most of his bowlers are alive, his heroes are alive, just very well executed witch attack by Oz here. So for another replay here, we're going to see an example of a base with a lot more trash on the outside that we need a little more time to funnel. So I'm using my quakes here, and I always recommend putting the quakes down early so that you don't have any funneling problems just because of something stupid like your quakes didn't go down early enough. Now you see my mortar goes down early. I put 3 witches instead of 2 on each side just to speed up clearing these outside buildings. Now you're going to see me drop my bowlers before the funnel is made, and this is because if I drop my bowlers too late here, they're going to target the outside buildings. I want to drop them while there are still buildings close to my entry point for them to target. That way they're going to get sucked in. If I were to drop them right now, for example, in that bottom corner, you'd see the closest buildings are the air defense on the left and the cannon on the right. And that would surely end up in most of my bowlers walking, which is not what you want. So at this point, my bowlers are going inside. Most of my witches are going inside, unlike the witch slap variation where you have the healed witches on the outside. Now, I don't put my poison left because we have the lava hound and the CC, which is a real pain for ground attacks. But anyways, I drop it when it pops in whatever spot I feel is the best. Honestly, it probably wasn't optimum, but it's really hard to tell. And anyways, I drop the heal in my rage, and at this point it's over. My bowlers have hollowed out the core, and then I have a bunch of scattered defenses that are not going to be enough to take out the troops I have left over, right? And I use the freeze just to save a witch at one point, but as you can see, I still have my Barbarian King ability. I'm going to use my Queen's ability to get through this wall. And my golems are out in front, and I have a bunch of troops left over, just like the last one. If you have high level heroes, you follow the steps. You should have no problem 3-starring any Town Hall 9 base. This is why witches are banned in competitive Town Hall 9 play. So this army is really heavy in Dark Elixir, so it may set you back a little bit there, but if you're really serious about Clan Wars, it shouldn't be an issue. So take this into the TH9 FC clan and practice it over and over until you're tripling bases, because this army can be that one-size-fits-all type army that you may be looking for just to have ready to make getting your TH9 attacks in a little easier. So I do hope you liked the video. I hope you take this army, go into Town Hall 9 FC clans, and find out for yourself how strong this army is. And if that's the case, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and tune in for my next videos.